Buongiorno, my friend. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. We just got home from Easter weekend at home.
Oh,
So
nice seeing some family.
yeah, had a nice
Very
nice long
nice.
weekend out there, and hadn't seen some family in like 2 years and a bit. So it was really
Oh,
great to
wow.
just chill out and have a good time. And then I had a nice steak dinner with Joe Vereen and his brother Mike Vereen. So
Yeah,
had a great
I
time.
saw that. You were sharing some
Yeah,
photos there. That's cool, man.
yeah.
Got to see those guys settling into some nice barbecues with friends. You know.
Oh yeah. It's we have a good time.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I saw a bit of family myself. Like my parents, I hadn't seen since before Christmas, just due to quarantines and COVID and shenanigans.
Yeah.
So it's actually nice to be back here. Tonight too. It wasn't able to make it last week. Sick a little bit and tired, and I think overworked.
Yeah, well, we just got back from the raid retreat, which was super successful as always. And I
Yeah,
think I think you were behind on a bunch of work, and you had to get Dax's stuff up and going too, like his new Kickstarter.
yeah.
So
So many things on the go here, but it's pretty exciting. Speaking of Dax, he's our member. I sorry, he's our guest tonight, but he's nowhere to be found. But
uh, we're pros. At the end of the
we're
day, we're just
pros. We're pros. We're here no matter what. I have
so
a feeling Dax is eating Chinese food and drinking bourbon somewhere
yeah.
involved.
Who knows what he's
You
doing? I
know.
know. I know.
Hey, Mama Deadhead, how you doing?
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, I should
All
share my
right,
screen here because I don't think Rob has my screen yet. Here, let me just
I got my
open
screen.
this up here. Share screen. That's what I got to do. There we
But
go.
yeah, so you get on top of everything because I know you're kind of juggling a bunch of stuff there.
Well, I mean, it's been a busy year, but I'm working on comics. I'm helping with Kickstarters. We're building Raid. It's an exciting year. I feel like I'll sleep sometime in maybe July. I don't know.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
not sure yet.
yeah.
I do feel a little bit worn out, a little bit overworked, but what are you gonna do? It's exciting to be doing all this stuff and have this great crew behind us and. So yeah, no, I'm just jazzed. It's exciting. I haven't been more excited about the stuff we were doing in a long time, right? So
No, for
it's just
sure. Same
nice.
here.
It's
It's
you know
like the retreat was really. I loved it for how relaxing it was for me, and
hmm
got to do a lot of stuff with Sheldon. We figured out a lot of things for Arden, but
yeah,
I always just can't wait for the next one.
I know. Just be all
But
year all year long,
oh
right?
man, and you got to come right back into work mode and think like, oh yeah, and it's like it's
yeah.
a special time for sure. And I
It can be a little bit tough, man. It can be a
yeah,
little bit
but
tough, but we're doing it. We're doing it. It's exciting.
we got a lot on our plate, right? So
If we're nothing if not ambitious, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And that's
totally.
that's what that's what you got to be, here.
Well, we
But
because like right around the corner is your Kickstarter too, right?
yeah, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here.
Yeah, that's what I want to
Yeah,
see.
there you go. It's nice and tight. Um, yeah, right now we're in the middle of Dax's Forest Folk Volume 2, and Kookaburra will come hot on the tails of Forest Folk, and I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm like elated. I'm scared. I'm a
Ooh,
little bit of
look
everything,
at
really. Um,
that.
you know, so yeah, let's hopefully this book can get made. Uh, it's nerve wracking. You don't know how these things are going to turn out. You have
Of
the
course
highest
not.
hopes,
No, but I mean, we've been
but
successful so far. I think we've what is it? We've gained a lot of positive energy and vibes. Like we got
yeah,
and every campaign that we've been part of has been successful so far. So I think as long as we keep, I think that's the benefit of having a studio is everyone's able to contribute, push it, and help and stuff. And
exactly, yeah, yeah,
like it's all about getting cool new IPs and ideas into new
oh
fans'
yeah,
hands. And
yeah.
yeah, like the Kickstarter model is amazing.
Yeah, no, I just want to tell stories. I just love telling stories.
Same here.
And I just want to put them down on paper and share them with people and just have them be my stories, no matter how silly, weird, because we all have our unique voices, whether it's your voice, Dax's voice, whatever it is. It's like we all have this unique way of telling our own stories, and I'm just excited to get to the table and be able to share my stuff and in a more effective way than I've ever been able to before, basically.
Yeah, same here. I agree. The Kickstarter Shell and I have planned is kind of our first foray into it in a whole new way, a whole new look and presentation for Arden, and we're really excited about it. But yeah, we got a lot of work ahead, but we're chucking away. So
the payoff is amazing, right? So that's all we can hope for.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Without any further ado, how about we get that little rascal Filbert? I mean, Dax Gordine in here.
I know, right?
Hey!
He made it. He made it.
What's up, guys? What's up?
He's so busy. He doesn't know what time it is.
No, I was here. I was waiting for an email link, and I did get one, but so I'm here. But I mean, you guys needed a 5-minute intro anyway. So.
That's true. Yeah, we were just worried that you might have been eating Chinese food and drinking burgers.
Oh, ouch. Yep, that's fair. We can talk about that later for sure. Yep. How are you guys? How are you?
Not too bad. It's a Monday. It's a bit
good,
Monday. Mondays are always a little bit crazy, so it's actually nice to sit down with some friendly faces here and just
for sure.
At the end of the night with good conversation, some art. Is anybody drinking here tonight, or are we all drunk out from the weekend?
Oh, man, I had enough all weekend, I'll tell you that.
I am. I will cheers you, buddy. Yeah,
I got a cool ass water, so.
Nice. Well, if it's a problem if Eric is not drinking, but.
I had a lot.
I had a little bit of vodka and some orange juice, so I thought, hey there we go.
There you go.
There you go. Hey.
But what were you doing, Dax? Just hanging out with your buddies?
Yeah, I had a bit of a day Easter drink with some friends real quick, but then I ended up spending an hour of it sitting in a car with a buddy while we got dinner we ordered dinner. So, but it was fun. We had a good chat and stuff, so it was good. And then I just literally ate food real quick and then ran back here. So ready to go.
Ready to show up for your own event.
Yes.
So how you feeling, buddy? You're a week into the second campaign.
Yeah.
I know it's been stressful. We just had a long weekend here.
Oh, in fact, I didn't know that. Of course I knew that.
But
it's been awesome. It's been really cool. I mean, what kind of blew me away was the launch. Mm-hmm. I mean, just seeing the numbers fly up like that on day one was pretty crazy. Yeah. And so, I mean, the people who liked it from the first campaign were back in droves, and that was really, really, really cool to see. So, I mean, we got funded, and I think it was just under 24 hours, or I said it was 24 hours. It felt that way. And yeah, and it was pretty awesome. And since then, it's just been, we got Mama Deadhead and Stephanie here. Good to see you guys.
There we go.
Hello. It's been awesome.
I don't know for the most handsomest, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that's right.
I will say, Ramon, I'm really excited that today is the tier I've been waiting for the most, which is the super fan one.
Oh yeah,
and, that one launched today, and it's way too cool. It's got some cool stuff in it. My buddies were freaking out over the shirt. So,
the shirt's cool. Who designed that? That's really cool, guys.
That's a Ramon. Well, basically, I said to how it is, Vedder. I basically. He's like, I'm going to do the shirt. And I'm like, yep, no problem. So I did the drawing that I wanted to put on the shirt. And then I basically sent him a picture of Def Leppard's Hysteria album cover. And he came up with that. So it was perfect. So, yeah.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun. And, it's cool. The cool thing about the shirt is, not only is it a tour shirt, but on the back of the tour shirt, what we're doing is... any backer who backs that tier, the superfan tier, will get their name on the back of the shirt, like a tour date, if you will. You know, so it could be like, if you back it, Eric, you get Vedder Palooza on there or something.
Love it.
We get Gordine Grove.
Gordine Grove is a very popular place. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it'll be a lot of fun, and people will have their and I figure what we could do is actually use their birthdays as the date of the concert. I think it's great. And when I mentioned that to my friend, like literally I was having 5 or 6 of us, married couples, not me, but they were, that's my friends here. And they as soon as I said you get your name on the back, he's like, oh.
And he upgraded. So yeah, I mean, it's I think it's a cool. It was a really when you thought of it, Ramon, with the names in the back, I just thought it was the coolest idea to have like, a kind of definitely super fan version of it where the names of that.
Well, the cool thing is it makes it so unique to the campaign and so particular to the people who back and support you, right? So it's a great way just to give back in a very unique and interesting fashion. You know
well, it also might kind of like lead us to do more of that for other campaigns, right? Which is kind of a neat thing.
Well, that's the cool thing is, right? Like we're learning with every campaign, right? Like we don't know what works, what doesn't. We're kind of feeling it out, seeing what people like, seeing what people don't like, and it's just like with anything. With everyone, we feel we get a little bit better.
Totally.
Basically, right? So, so Eric, by the time we get to Arden, we're just going to be so streamlined.
I'm jealous of the Arden show. It's going to
be. Yeah, I can't wait, my friend. We got some cool plans. We had some nice discussions. I met with Sheldon for lunch on Friday, and
nice.
We had a good kind of a follow up from our Raid Retreat hangout, just kind of like clarifying what we wanted to do. And
nice.
Again, anytime we get together, it's like my creative soulmate. We just figure stuff out. So and it's super fun. So
nice.
I agree with Stephanie. Most handsomest. After thinking about it, she's right.
That is true.
Most handsomest. I like it.
Mostest of the mostest.
I want to teach Eric, as I see you drawing this. I want to teach you how to use the mirror function now.
Oh no, I'm just playing with ideas. I know you're saying. Okay. Trust me. I know. But there's a plan here.
There's a plan here. I will say that is my favorite thing in the world. You never feel like you can draw better than when you use that symmetrical ruler.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Isn't it great? Like you're just like, oh, I can draw like a genius. It's my whenever I have to do head-on shots, it's definitely in use.
The worst thing is when you actually draw the head-on shot first freehand. Yeah. And then you kind of line up the symmetry tool to what you think is the center of the face you've drawn.
And you're like, I must have been pretty close.
And then you're like, no. You're like some weird crunched face on one side.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I know a few artists. I know Mike Cho used to do this quite often. They would turn their art upside down.
Yeah.
To see how fucked up the image is, to correct it, then they rotate it back.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the same as when you invert, right? Like when you flip it.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
And you just kind of
go. Ugh. Yeah, I always just feel scared. I invert it. I'm like, oh, please, never again. Yeah, like, I don't want to see that.
Yep. It's always. And nowadays, I'm more kind of like, oh, I don't need to do that. Like I'm pretty experienced, and every time I do, it's like, oh god, I'm right back to high school. You know what I mean? Like I haven't drawn before.
Yeah.
So what's everyone picking away at tonight, guys?
I got a little sequential page going here. Kind of laying it out as I go.
Nice. Is this like actual work?
Secret stuff I can't talk about.
Yes.
But it's not Raid 4, right? That's done.
No,
Raid 4 is in fact done. Yep.
Raid 4 is totally done. I showed you the proof on 2 weeks ago now.
Oh, Raid 4 is at the printer, yeah.
Raid 4 is at the printer. That is getting made. We got things on order across the world, so hopefully everything lines up half decently. We should have a Raid 4 for TCAF here in Toronto.
Wow,
but cool. If not for sure, we'll have it for Fan Expo.
Very neat.
Which is crazy to think that we're already thinking about Fan Expo in September. Time is flying, man. It's like I can't believe.
Well, you break it down into projects and per months and weeks, and it's like where does time go? It's just you're already at Christmas.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just a blur. You're just gonna work in some fun.
Yeah.
What
do you got there, Dax? What are you crushing on there?
I'm continuing on to the bios that I've been doing for kind of promotion for the Forceful characters. I've been doing on Instagram, like a quick, like kind of like just a stylized bio of each character standing there, and then like a quick little write up of their character. It's just something for promotion. And then once I did one, I was like, I guess I should do the gang, right? So I'm continuing to do that. So I figured I would do the two of the main cast, which I haven't done yet, which is Gus and Stripe. So I'm going to battle through that today. So Grumpy Cat Gus is on deck right now.
I like how Stripes got her stripes from Filbert and they never washed them.
Yeah, they just never went away. I know. Yeah, that was, and you know what the weirdest thing about that? Like, this is what I mean. Like, when I did that comic, Stripes came from like literally it was the only time I really did a really meta fourth wall kind of like, because when I do Forest Folk, I like to try and keep it like it's in its own little world. It doesn't have interaction with the outside world and stuff.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that it was around the time that Pokemon Go was happening, where people were like snapping in the forest and like finding monsters and whatever it was. Like, you know, when you take your phone around and they were finding eggs and whatever that thing was.
Climbing up billboards and crazy shit. Like,
yeah, so like it was around that time.
Yeah.
And so like if you actually read the comic, it's like he's literally like referencing, hey, we got to go trap something and like, you know, and lure it and whatever, like all the Pokemon Go thing.
Oh, okay.
He said, and then we're going to battle them. It was very meta. Like it wasn't, but it didn't fit in the world. Like this is the joy of my comic, because it doesn't make sense a lot of the time. But anyway, but then Stripes was like they put a peanut butter sandwich on a rock, and just random red squirrel came up and ate it, and they said, "How, we got you." And Filbert's whole thing was that he said, "Oh, this is a rare one. He's rare." And he's like, "Dude, I'm a red squirrel." And he's like, "No, you're a lemur. Say it with me, lemur." And so and then like the next panel is him painting stripes on his tail, and he's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And then it just never came off, and he just stayed as Stripes, and that was kind of like the beginning of just this. It's just such nonsense, like how my characters are made.
My question is, was his name Stripes before he had the stripes?
That's the thing. He's never been named other than Stripes. There's only one ep, because Filbert calls him Stripes. So he's like, there's even a comic where he says, "My name's not Stripes, it's," and then Filbert cuts him off and says, "No, it's Stripes." So you never actually know what his name is. I don't even know what his name is.
That's hilarious.
That could be a good thing for a fan to name one day.
Yeah, right. Like technically anything S is what his name would be. If you follow the naming convention of what Force Folk is.
You like your alliterations.
Yeah, it would be just an S.
You're Sammy Stripes.
There you go. Sammy, yeah. But I mean, who knows? I think part of the magic of it is that he's the only one who doesn't actually have a name.
Yeah. Where's Eric the Eagle or
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Eric the Elf or
no.
Eric,
hey, bud, there's only room for one
Eric the Earthworm.
Oh,
Eric the Earthworm. Yeah.
He's just this big on every.
Eric the Elk. I'm kind of a bigger.
The elk, yeah. I like that.
It's an earthworm that thinks it's an elk. The ego.
I'm working on a.
Yo, sorry. What do you got going on there, Vedder?
That's something I was kind of planning for a while now. I want to re-release.
I know what you're. Yeah, I know what you're doing.
An old poem I did back in. Oh man, I don't know, 8-10 years ago.
The Devil's Leech, right?
It's not that long ago already, is it? Can't be.
6, 7, 8 years maybe, but yeah, it's called The Devil's Leech. I wrote a poem and I did some illustrations for this book. Self-published it just to do a little test run with the company, and I have no idea how to lay things out, and the font choices was awful. As Ramón and these guys have repeatedly reminded me. Also, you also want to put your name on it. I realized too. That's also a big,
I remember that joke. Yeah.
Another thing I learned about self-publishing is like you really want to check a few things while you. But anyway, so I've always wanted to re-release the poem with some new illustrations. So I'm working.
Yeah. That's cool.
So
I like it.
That's what this kind of wild idea is.
Dig it. Nice. And is that basically because you want content for cons, or is that you just? It's going to be another part of the it's part of the story, right? Or like the introduction of your art.
Part of the art and story is the characters themselves are trying to find the pages of the Devil's Leech, so it's in the world itself. And I thought it'd be really cool, like if fans of the book had the pages and the book that these characters are looking for, so they can kind of read along and figure out things with them. And we got big plans. We got big ideas. So
I know you do. I hear them all the time when we have our discussions. I'm looking forward to it though.
I'm pretty excited about what we got going on. So we'll see. We got to get there.
It'll work out.
It'll all work out.
And Ramón, I did hear at the beginning. I heard you guys talking while I was in the green room, and it was very animated about the fact that, and I know you have this, but I'm just reiterating for the people that may have just come on, is the Kookaburra campaign. I know like we're already burning out on the fact that we're doing 2 back-to-back now. Are you still going to go through that launch? Are you going to delay it, or what you going to do?
Real
talk.
No, I have to do it. It's one of those things. I am burnt out, and but I couldn't be more excited about doing that in particular.
No doubt.
And it's I'm resurrecting something that I've wanted to finish for almost a decade. So it's scary, the fact that I'm not sure if the readership is still there. But from the current vibe, from the interaction with the public, so far so good. Like, there's been people who are interested. So now it's got to figure out what it's going to look like.
Your follow, just based on your followership from like on your page, is huge. Just last time I saw, that was months ago, and it was like already 300-400 people following it. So it must be doing all right, no?
So hopefully, yeah. I mean, last time I checked, it was like maybe 340, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a couple of harder pushes in the weeks to come after I hit a few deadlines here on my end here. I just got to get some stuff out of the way. But I want to start reintroducing, kind of like what you're doing. I have a whole bunch of drawings I did of the characters years ago.
Yeah.
And I wanted to start doing introductions to the characters.
Nice. So you're ripping me off, is what you're saying?
Pretty much, but I did it so long ago.
Oh, so I'm ripping you off by proxy.
Inadvertently, you are.
Him off,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I figured, you definitely inspired the idea.
No, I'm joking, man. I'm joking. The amount of stuff you've inspired in me is like, you're allowed to take one thing. Yeah.
I'm getting this Def Leppard shirt on my main.
Yeah, you are.
Oh man, I want to get a Pink Floyd a T-shirt made. Then something along with the Animals album for Arden one day. That'd be awesome.
I'll make sure my rates are affordable when that happens.
Oh no, this is all part of the deal. It's like.
Oh man.
But
I'm excited to see your work. I mean, I know it's going to be great. I mean, the amount of effort you put into like mine and everyone else's at the studios. I can only imagine what yours is going to look like when you do like put a tenth of that effort into your stuff. It's probably going to be amazing.
Well, I'm just trying to get ideas down on paper. I had a meeting with Sam today about what we're thinking for tiers and different things. And I'm actually curious if anybody out there is actually listening and wants has some suggestions what they'd like to see. My ears are open.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's original art tiers or commissions. Like, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously our time is limited to some. So it's hard to do commissions, as you found out with our first campaign. Like, it's a lot of work to do all that extra stuff, right? So I have to be realistic also about what I'm capable of, basically.
Yep.
But I'm hoping to actually have some cool shit ready to fly.
It's gonna be great.
So we'll see. And I was actually talking today to the card people again about doing some potentially collectible playing cards for our stuff. About maybe doing like a smaller cuckoo Force Folk run or something. So we'll see.
Playing cards like Jack, King, Queen, Ace?
No, like as in like
card collectible. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Marvel's trading cards or Goonies trading cards you had as a kid.
Oh yeah.
You're
going to something new.
It was actually funny because I went over and did some research. I was like, out of curiosity. Oh no, sorry, I wasn't even doing research. I went over to Shoppers Drug Mart, which is a local pharmaceutical chain here in Canada, if people aren't aware. And I went to just go buy some groceries, and there was a whole stack, like a rack of collectible cards from everything from Stranger Things to hockey.
Yeah,
so, I'm like, holy shit, these things are making a comeback.
They always have, like, if you go anywhere, you'll see just packs of that stuff everywhere about every different thing, like Digimon and Pokemon, and probably not Digimon anymore, but Beyblade and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it would be a great way to kind of introduce people to our stuff, maybe like as a light little intro. Like, I know, like when I was a kid, I collected like the Empire Strikes Back cards and the Indiana Jones cards before I had all to see the movies.
I had the Marvel cards myself. I had Force cards.
And I think it was a great way to get kids like kind of excited about things because like you saw these scenes or these characters, you're like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
And So it's cool to play with the idea of doing these for our rate stuff, and have some fun with it. Get a great way to introduce young readers to different things we have planned or whatnot, right? So
I mean,
we'll see.
And that's the kind of thing. Like these kind of. It's weird how the main property, which is like the book or whatnot, is fun. It's amazing, but for me, you always get the most joy out of like doing like as what we say tchotchkes on the Kickstarter, right? Like the stickers or the slings or the posters or the shirts or the card collection. Like it's always something that it's always based on stuff that we loved growing up, right? Like it's always some kind of like retro thing that. Yeah, I agree.
No, exactly, because it's those things that we loved as kids. You put the patch on your jacket, you put the button on your backpack, you put the cards, you traded with friends, you put them in your spokes on your bike or whatever it was. Like it was just cool to have that stuff. And I remember like just being in awe and wanting to find out more whenever I got these things too. So
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it's fun to have these, like you said. Like I would love to have. I was looking through some old notes from 2012 of like Kookaburra T-shirt ideas I had and different things. So it's like we'll see what I resurrect and what works and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's exciting. It's a lot of work, but it's exciting. So
it's gonna be great.
It's just a mess of scribbles there. So sorry, everybody. That's just the way. It's how it starts.
I see people.
Don't apologize, man.
2 women and some egg in between them.
Ideas.
I got ideas, guys. I
was telling Joe and Mike, I'm like, look, man, we're gonna figure you guys out. We're gonna start scanning in your artworks and stuff. We got plans for you guys. Don't worry.
Well, Eric, Rob today was scanning every bunch of Joe's pages. So
cool.
We already have a bunch of his brother's stuff scanned. So
love it.
Those guys are they
gonna be trouble once that stuff starts hitting I want stock in it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, even having like a Vreen's brothers sketchbook would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be great, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll figure something out. 100%. We're gonna figure this out.
Talented bastards.
We're gonna help these guys out, get where they need to get to. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, Dax. You feeling good about your campaign?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's different this time around, right? Because I feel like it was just so different because of how quickly the rush came in the beginning, and now it's cooled off, right? So it's kind of like when you see that first launch, it's like, oh wow, this is gonna do crazy, and then there's a realization of like, okay, well, there's a down period. Yeah. So I mean, back when the first campaign, I had just like the fear of success, right?
Yeah.
So now that this one is kind of just success right away, you're like, okay, well, what's next? Mm-hmm. And then it just feels like, oh, well, it's slowed down a bit. So it's like, oh, well, maybe it's trash and it's no good. It's all that art, you get in your own head about it and stuff like that, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, it's only a week into the campaign and we're already like on par with what we did on, the last one. So it's just kind of getting out of my own head about that kind of thing and just kind of enjoying it for what it is. And it is great. Like we've funded the book, you know what I mean? The book is going to be made regardless. So that's fantastic. Exactly. And I'm just super pumped about that. Like
that's the most important thing, like getting those books out there for people to discover.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so many people who, like I encountered this a long time ago when we did a collection of butternut squash for comics. And a lot of people were like loving it. They were like, "Oh, where is this? Where'd this come from?" I'm like, "Well, it's been on the web for like 6 years." They're like, "I don't read web comics," and so like there's this whole avenue of people who have probably never discovered your book, and the more it gets out there via shows, events, stores,
for sure,
that stuff is going to be more and more people discovering it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, like the con was a perfect example of that, right? I mean, like every time I go and sit and kind of pedal the book and push the book, it's like people walk up to and go, "Oh, what's this?" But like I love watching people's reaction because it's always like a Calvin and Hobbes reaction. You can always tell it's always like a retro reaction because it's in that same format.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of horizontal small book, and it's and has that feel. Like I literally see people stop and point at it, and they don't even know what to say. And I say Calvin Hobbes, and they go, "Yes."
Are you the writer?
And they go, "Are you the writer?" And I say, "No, it's for kids."
They say, "Dang it."
Dang it! They say things like "Dang it."
So for people watching, there's a raid joke going around about me right now. We kind of, you know how it is. I'm sure with your work, whoever's watching, you have your inside jokes. Well, I was at a con with Ramón in Vancouver, and I didn't quite have my sales pitch kind of laid down. And somebody came up to me and said, "Is this, kid friendly?" And the long and short of it is, I mumbled for about 20 minutes, and at one point I said, it's safe. I mean, like I say things like "dang" in it, but I wrote it, so it's okay. And
it's okay. It's for kids, but I wrote it.
But I wrote it, yeah. So of course, as soon as I literally look over, Ramón is giggling by himself while I'm trying to sell this book to these people, and so
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, the story got back to Eric, and of course now all I hear is about how I'm a writer and I wrote it.
Nah, you're a good guy,
we love you. It's because we love you.
Oh, I know. I mean, hey, I deserve it. That's my cross to bear. Like I was an idiot at that moment in time, and it happens. Like you just have to kind of own it.
No,
yeah, it's good time.
It's hard to sell your own stuff, man, and not sound kind of silly. 100%.
I always find it easier to sell other people's stuff than my own stuff half the time.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
He looks so youthful there.
That guy. So this is a secret project you're working on there, Ramón?
Yes.
Is it your own thing, or is it for a company? Like
no, it's for a company. It's something I have to get done.
Okay.
But hopefully next week when we return with Kyle, actually, who'll be joining us next week.
Oh, nice.
Another creator-owned individual.
Is he coming on next week?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I talked to him already.
That'll be fun.
He owes me money for poker, I think.
You're not getting that money. Are you kidding me?
And basically, I'm going to say next week we'll be back to the regular scheduled Kookaburra artwork as I gear up for.
Yeah, you're gonna have to gear up hard for that.
I can't hear you that well, Ramón. You're kind of talking low. You're like, rah, rah, rah.
Oh, sorry. Maybe it's my microphone here. Let's see if I can point it.
I like what Bowman's saying. Yeah, I'd pay to see a Joe Vereen book too, buddy. I agree.
Hey, Bowman, what's up, buddy?
There you go.
How are you feeling, Bowman? Last thing I saw from you were apologizing to people because you had COVID. How you doing?
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, yeah. Buddy.
He was like, "Sorry, everybody I was with that I was hugging at the concert. I have COVID."
Beauty.
Listen, we've all been there.
Now the MO is just to apologize for spreading it, basically, is what happens.
Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Oh, man.
That's amazing.
It's going to go on for a while. Oh, my God, it's a busy page. You got so much done.
Oh, I'm just putting in what I've already planned, just rough, and just kind of getting an idea what's going on. So
now the thing is, I saw you do this on paper at the retreat. Yep. So now you're recreating this digitally.
What I started isn't going to work after I thought about it, but it was a good practice run.
I do feel Vedder is very, very willing to scrap what he has done and continue to push forward for the sake of the project, and I respect that.
What did you feel wasn't working about it?
I was like, how things are all going to kind of line up. I don't want to talk too much about it because I want to keep some of it.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing, basically.
No, he does. I've never seen him more. I mean, believe me, I'd be the first to jump all over him and say, "Hurry up!" But talking to this guy at the retreat this year, he was pretty focused. I was pretty impressed. I mean, in between filming my epic video shoot, I spent quite a bit of time talking to Eric about the world of Arden, and it sounds like it's going to be quite the treat.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So. We'll get there.
It's been kind of wiggling around inside your head there for decades upon decades.
Oh, yeah, a good 20 plus years. But it just needed the right people around it, and I need to be in the right kind of professional mindset too, because it is such a mind fuck. Yeah. To try and do your own thing, and it's tricky. Oh, right on, Bowman.
Well, it is too. It was interesting. I was watching a little interview with Scott McCloud. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yep.
He wrote that book, right?
The
Understanding Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's done other stuff as well. But the one thing he talked about was how like he's revisiting ideas that he created when he was like 20 years younger,
Yeah.
and making graphic novels out of them, and how now being older, how much more that informs his story and how it has changed his approach to the story he wanted to tell. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So I don't know. Are you finding that like is the you of now approaching or building the story in is the story very different from the original idea you had basically?
Yeah, I think what helped again is talking with Sheldon and planning out, just thinking about like
Mm-hmm.
what do we want to say with it, right? Like it's easy just to go off and do some stuff, but it's like, what do we want to say something with it? Is there what are our big themes? Like just kind of approach it properly and give ourselves a good long leeway and runway time to get working on it because we want to do it right. So I think the previous iterations, like we tried the online comic with the Instagram, and that was fun. Again, that led to us kind of realizing what wasn't going to work. So again, they're all useful endeavors and experiments in a way. We did Wattpad too. We tried to do that, and there was some. Again, we learned each time we did these things, and then I feel like we've really cemented what we want to do and clarified it. And I shared enough of this, I think, with you guys at the retreat, and I don't want to say too much about it anyway. But I'm like, it's different because we want to do it right, and we want to bring something special to people. So and he had a lot of experience with his own book, To Steal the Sun. So he took all that and he started to like when we wrote out our schedule for this big project, he was able to just say, okay, it'll take me a month to do this, a month to do that. It'll take me 2 months to send to the editor. This, like because he'd just been through all that with the previous year. So that was exciting because it's like those are actionable items. Those are real things that he knows about, and we're not guessing. And the best part about it too is when it's all done, we're not guessing at Kickstarter either. Like we've been there. We'll have been there for a year and a half, 3 years almost, right? 2 years, but. I don't know. It's exciting because I've never kind of approached the story this way. Like, I think I've approached trying to tell this story in this world a few different ways, like writing a poem book, trying to do comics, doing prints. Like, it's like, okay, let's get a proper story going. Let's set this thing down and make some make something canon for real. Something you can chew on. Like, okay, book one. Because we have 3 books planned, and this is the first one. So.
Okay. Is any of the stuff you wrote for like Wattpad and Instagram?
So
part
the
of it,
Wattpad the Wattpad stuff we did was basically we.
It was an expansion of Raid 2 or something, was it?
It was like a raid. Was it Raid 2 or Raid 3?
I think it was Raid 2. Well, no, maybe it was Raid 3.
I think it was Raid 3, and then we added some more things, came up with some characters, and Sheldon. Had a lot of fun, like kind of going off and writing up a lot of wild ideas and stuff that were in the world, which was really exciting. And he was doing a lot of writing at that time for it, so it was great. Definitely, that all applies. All of the raid anthologies that I'm in which also all have Arden stories. They still they're all canon. So, and we've been able to kind of like figure that out and
link them up basically.
Link them up. They're already linked up somewhat in 1, 2, 3.
I remember that.
But like the 4 is a departure because we're kind of going back in time a little bit. So but it's been a wild ride, and now we're able to like tell this big story, and I'm really, really excited about it. Really stoked. So
nice, man.
But I gotta do a lot of work, and then the Devil Leash thing is kind of an aside that I also want to do alongside. I'm piling my plate up with a ton of work because I need to do a ton of work. So I gotta match you guys. You guys are just too much. So
you have like an Arden day like every week that you kind of dedicate to
this Monday.
No, I part of. My monthly changes to myself is I want to be drawing every day on Arden, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And like I said, we set up a base camp, and I want to be kind of like posting to it every day, whether it's a thought, whether it's a jot, whether it's a full on drawing. So and then Sheldon gets pinged and he sees it. probably inspires him a little bit. He starts to be like, oh, I got to start writing something. You know what I mean? He's trying to write, I think, at a pace of like 300 to 500 words a day, just to kind of put it all out there, and then we're going to go in there and chew on it and make it into something. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, there's one thing after knowing Vedder for like 20 years now, I feel like the one thing he is very good at is, like, if he says he's going to do one thing a day, he will do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the most part, I bet you are sticking to that.
And it's easy to say
whether or not it's amazing stuff. It doesn't matter. You stick to the point where you said getting one thing in a day, and I bet you're doing that.
Well, and you know what? Sometimes it's not even a drawing. It's just a thought. It's just even working through. It's even just like working through a problem. I know that could sound. I know everyone's laughing like, oh,
I'm just picturing you in the kitchen or something going, yeah.
Huh. Oh, dude,
that's good.
That's good for today. Let's drink.
I'm all over the place, man. I'm all over the place. But like,
no, we're always thinking this. So I know how it is, because I have my ideas, and it's like that stuff ruminates in your head all the time. Sometimes you're lying in bed, and just these ideas or scenes are racing repeatedly sometimes, you know what I mean? And then you might be sitting on the toilet in the morning and suddenly get a solution in the for that scene you were thinking about or whatever 3 days ago. Yeah. So I totally get it. Like,
totally.
You know what I hate the most is when I find that my ideas will come to me right at like the waking hour in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I'll be in bed, and if I don't get up and like write it down, it's that like a dream where like you forget it, and you're like, I think I just had the greatest thought and I lost it. You know what I mean? Like, like I had it the other day where I had this idea for like something that was going to be like the final line of my forceful comic for that week, and I literally was mad because I woke up and I was like, oh, I fell asleep again and I didn't write it down, and I was like, oh, that was going to be a gem. However, I was half asleep, so it's kind of probably like a dream. You think it's so important, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. I do that like Seinfeld episode where he wakes up from watching something and writes a couple words down.
Oh yeah,
and he's laughing, and he goes back to sleep. Then he wakes up and he's like, "What did I write here? I can't." And he's trying to figure it out, and then when he finally does, he's like, "That's not funny."
No, it's true. Like your lucid self can be kind of like genius.
This is the greatest idea ever.
It's funny when you say early morning. I talk with Sheldon about this a lot. Like, when I wake up in the morning, it's like my brain is empty. It's like this blank canvas. And any problem I had, like say on Warframe or an Arden thing that we're trying to figure out, my brain is so ready to solve it. And I solve so many things right in that moment, like right as I wake up. And then I kind of get excited and I wake up more and like, wow, like it's like this weird superpower time of the day where like you're able to just process it and problem solve whatever it is, and it's great. It's happened so many times that I'm like, wait a second, I actually now wait sometimes till the morning to think about it, because I'm like, just think about it in the morning when you wake up, because like it works. It's crazy.
Well, it's that whole thing like John Cleese put out there. Actually, remember that event we went to in Vegas,
man. Ultimate event.
Basically, where he said like was it Hair, Brain, Turtle, Mind, or I can't remember the name of the book. It's something to that effect, though. And basically the idea of like you're constantly think, and then you put it aside, you go to bed, and while you're sleeping, your brain is processing this in the background. It could be over one night, it could be over a week, and that's why you get that sudden, revelation, if you will. Whether it's in the morning, it's different for everybody. Like for me, I'm more of a night person. When that little time between, I'm so tired, I've just turned off the TV, I'm going to go to bed, and then I lay in bed in that time between that point and falling asleep, where my mind just goes bananas, and it just goes through everything that's been sitting there. Like, 'cause I find during the day, my brain's a little bit too overworked.
Yeah.
But at night when that's why I always have a hard time sleeping, because I think like the first hour is just me going through like story ideas or scenes or whatever it might be, artwork, figuring things out. You know what I mean? It's weird how we work sometimes as creatives, and trying to get that shit make sense.
It's fun, but it's also super annoying at times. But let's see here.
I'm curious if Mama Deadhead means Dax's drawing or my drawing of how she feels on Monday.
Or I wonder if it's mine. It's just,
No, it's probably mine, to be fair. I mean, in all fairness, it's a Grumpy Cat. I get that a lot.
Yeah, maybe she had a
I will
rough
say
weekend where she was
Grumpy
beat up in an
Cat
alley.
Grumpy Cat is definitely something where, like, when I created him, I was like, I just like I thought it was such a cool meme at the time, and everyone was like loving that kind of thing. I'm like, I want to draw a Grumpy Cat. But anytime anyone at the con sees that card that we did in the Kickstarter, that Grumpy Cat card that says, what is it? There's a term on it. It says like, I hate Mondays or whatever, or I'm not grumpy, you're grumpy.
Yeah.
The amount of comments I've gotten on that from cons already is it's not as big as a deal as I'm making it, but in the roundabout scheme, people do make comments on it.
No, but you never know what's going to hit either, right? Like back when Rob and I used to do butternut squash, like we'd have ideas for certain things, and we thought they were genius, and they'd be like, they do okay, but then we'd have a one-off idea, like write something down, and that would be what people latched onto.
Yeah, it's weird,
something they vibed on or whatever it might be.
100%. And that's what you're looking for, right? You're always, I mean, other than being just creative for fun, but if you're actually trying to look for that, you just generally don't find it.
No, exactly. That stuff you don't. It's rare that you find it. It's more like it finds you, if that makes any sense.
No, it makes
complete sense. You know. So how many characters have you done so far, Dax? Because you got about a dozen characters, I think, almost.
What do you mean on the thing I'm doing right now? It's just the profiles?
Yeah.
Or do you mean characters in general?
No, your profiles.
I've done, I think, maybe 4 or 5. I think I've done Thomas. Yeah, 5. Yeah, I've done 5 because I did Filbert, Thomas. I did them in order of appearance: Barry, Ollie, Benny, and now I'm doing Gus and Stripe. Well, actually, no, Stripes is it's not all in order, but yeah. So
don't forget Bucky. I feel Bucky got shafted on his.
Yeah, you know what? But Bucky isn't a main character because for that exact reason, I've drawn him in one set of strips, and I forgot completely about him. Although he is a pretty cool. I remember when I was like, "This is the coolest thought ever!" Like,
Bucky's the name, Lumber's the
game.
Like, come on.
He's
you got a whole new storyline there.
I know, and there's a whole story. Like, and I've just completely left it alone.
I'm giving you a whole storyline. The creek that goes through their forest runs dry, and they figure out that Bucky's built a dam. That's gonna be your next storyline.
100%. Like, I could do so much with that, right? I just kind of
Bring him back. Bring him back.
Bring him back.
Yeah, run a campaign about bringing him back.
Who wants more Bucky?
Bucky the Beaver. There you go. Oh, Grumpy Cat and Rob.
Aww.
Well, there you go.
Who's grumpier?
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
That is a Grumpy Cat and Rob. Yeah, 100%.
There we go.
Oh man, I am wiped. Whew.
Poor guy.
I'm just so tired from this weekend.
Too much family.
It was a lot of family and a lot of, but it was also a lot of hanging around. But it's funny how I just can't wait to be home here and relax and just sleep.
It's the joy of age.
Joy of age.
Youthful Vedder is gone. Now
no. He's
Vedder.
What is there any conventions you guys are hitting soon, or what's happening here?
I think the next one we have, Dax is doing a free comic book day event with
Sammy Noir.
We're Noir.
Going to, where is that, in Mississauga, I think?
Yeah, it's Mississauga. It's called Gotham Central Comics, I think it is. And you'll be there on May 7th from, I believe, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And
I think if kids bring up a little card, we're going to sketch on it or something.
Yeah, so I think it's very, very kid-centric, the event.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. And then TCAF, I guess, is the next one.
TCAF is the next big one. Yeah, there was talk of trying to do word on the street, but I think like we said earlier, we're all a bit overwhelmed, and it would be nice just to have a breather.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a question here from Mom and Deadhead.
Yeah. Anniversary coin. What do I have to pledge to get that at the end of the year? Well, Sarah, basically we have 2 versions of the anniversary coin. People who back every campaign this year, so we're scheduled to have about 5 or 6, will get an anniversary coin, no matter any physical pledge that they back, basically. You'll get the silver anniversary coin. If people back the the super fan or the early bird tiers, where they get another coin in each, because we give out coins with every campaign on the early birds and the super fans. Those ones will get the gold limited edition coin, basically.
That looks cool.
Yeah, and that one will be numbered and limited to the amount of what we print, basically. So it'll be the more limited of the two coins. But those are the two ways of going about to grab the anniversary coin. With the one side is the original crest designed by Chip Zdarsky, Ben Shannon, Kagan McLeod, and Cameron Stewart back in the early days of Raid when they first started.
He broke his internet.
He talked too much and it just shut down.
The computer's like, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
Can you just shut up for a second? How do we get him to stop?
I get it. So that's how you get it, basically.
Nice.
Amazing.
It's gonna be awesome. I think that's. I remember when we first. Ramon, do you remember back in the early days when we said, "Hey, you had an idea for a coin," and we said, "Yeah," and Phil worked, and he said, "You know, we could do this for all the raid stuff." And then we were like, "Yeah," and then before you know it, we're already doing all of them. You know,
anniversary.
Anniversary coin. It's so cool.
Well, they're so cool. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, the coins are very cool. People haven't seen them.
Where is it here?
By the way, if anybody watching has any questions, please type them in, and we can obviously answer them.
Yeah. So we got.
Oh,
see what I'm saying? This guy is just too cool.
Too fast for you.
I don't know if my camera is going to zoom in on that or not. I have no idea how my stuff works here.
We need to get somebody to put the camera on.
Rob. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that looks. It's honestly, they're so cool. Like that embossment is insanely thick. Like it's so good.
So cool.
Yeah. And then we also have this one here, which is. I'm not sure why it's not focusing on my head here. I don't know. My stupid camera. Anyways, you can't really see it there, but
that looks like a piece of
no,
shit.
that's blurry.
Give it to Rob. Give
it to Rob. You can do it.
You know why? I might have turned off the autofocus. That's what it was. I might just have like a singular focus here. So if I hold it near my face like this, it should be fine, right? But yeah, this is so they're fucking awesome. Love these things. Can't wait to actually have
the coins look really good, for real.
Yeah, and you're 2 for 2, Mom and Dad. And the other thing is, for those people who can't afford perhaps the early birds or the super fans, I know it's a lot of money to ask from people, but we also do coin drops in the add-on section on weekends. Sometimes we'll announce them on social and different places.
We just did one for the Forest Folk one, didn't we?
I think
Sam literally dropped one. He did an Easter egg hunt over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, did one for the Forest Folk 2 campaign, yeah.
So basically, people who have those are also eligible for the limited edition coin as well, because we're basically using the existing coins as a kind of token. Collect all 6 and get number 7 for free, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a neat idea. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that way, if people just grab the coin somewhere, they can still kind of enter the extravaganza, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we know what you're saying.
Now. I'll stop talking now.
Yeah, we got you. We got you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you talk, you freeze your internet.
I know, right? Internet doesn't like me. It's all sucky.
Oh, man.
So, Eric, did you catch up on any more of that basketball TV show while you got home?
Winning Time? No. I don't have Crave. I have it on, I have cable with Crave, but I don't even know when it's on. I don't pay attention to it. I got Arden to do, man.
I've got Arden to do.
No more TV for you.
I got to really, just not watch so much TV. And, although I do draw when we watch, so it kind of works out. I don't know. No, I really like that show. That was superb. And do I need the first Filbert coin to be? Oh, Mom and Dad has Warren.
No, you don't. No, that we're only counting it from this year. So basically, if you miss the first Filbert, it's quite all right. But we will be dropping some from the original collection in the add-ons as well. because we have a few extras from the first campaign. So for those who are interested in grabbing the original Filbert coin, we will be dropping it as well in the add-on section.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we have a few left over from the campaign, so we might as well get them into people's hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Bob.
Oh yeah. Why, have you watched any more of that show, Ramon?
No. I espoused its awesomeness to Steph, and we're gonna watch it together.
That's cool.
But first, we're gonna watch. I got her kind of interested in Physical.
Oh yeah, that show's crazy, man.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
I told her I was like, no, you.
Oh, see, it's just the internet's telling him. Just
I turned it on, and she fucking loved it
Go
right
home.
off the bat. Like,
you keep cutting out, Ramon.
What? Oh, sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. Internet's just telling you to get out of here.
It could also be my computer. My computer's been acting up lately, so the computers ain't what they used to be.
What they used to be. Oh man, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But,
So what is your? I know we talked a little bit about this at the retreat, Dax,
Hey, buddy.
but and I know you have other ideas, like you're playing around with Wida and stuff like that. Do you have any other ideas, ruminating around in your head there, or are you just kind of?
You know what?
Just kind of
Yeah.
going where the road takes you, basically.
I'm at that point. Yeah, like I feel like if I'm being completely transparent, I feel like Force Folk is enough for me. I mean, and Wida obviously is a kind of like a side thing that I kind of came up with Raid, and it was like kind of a mix of things that I've been thinking of over the years, and it was like, I'll kind of hone this in for a Raid thing. I thought it was a cool idea to do. But Force Folk is more than enough between work and stuff like that to keep me going. So I don't have that like hunger to like make something new. I've only just recently started going like, it might be kind of cool to like do like a brand new comic strip where it's like, humans talking and stuff, so I can have a lot more interaction between different types of character types, as opposed to like, although I do that now with these guys, but I mean, like originally it was just Thomas and Filbert, and it was kind of like a one-sided conversation, really, right? So, so I've thought about doing that kind of thing, but I mean, really, right now I'm just kind of in the flow of this, and I don't have any plans to go in any other direction as of right now. But no real kind of burning projects I want to get out the door, if that makes sense.
Would you be a happy camper if Force Folk just sustained you completely on a yearly basis?
Yeah, I think I would.
Financially, I know
what you mean. I think I would, in the sense that it would kind of probably free me up, because Force Folk doesn't take I guess at this state it is now, in the sense of like just having to do one a week, then yes. But I mean, I'm assuming if it's sustaining me, it would be like more like kind of like a daily kind of strip kind of thing. But if I could literally just take it as it is now, then that would probably free me up, and maybe I would start thinking about doing new creative ideas and new comic strips and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I feel like I'm not done having creative ideas. I just right now it's kind of enough right now between this and work to keep me going.
Yeah. Are you working on anything cool on the work front that you can talk about?
As of right now, no. I'm kind of in between projects at the minute, so this campaign came at a perfect time.
Okay, nice.
But definitely, I did just finish that. I'm really excited for people to see the I Hate Fairyland mini story that I did for his what's it called? The Stack? What's the
Substack?
Substack that Scotty does for his I Hate Fairyland. So it's like little mini stories.
Yeah.
And
did he write it, or did you?
No, I ended up. He was going. When he first asked me, he said, "Hey, dude, you gonna do something?" And I was like, "Absolutely, can't wait."
Nice.
And he said, "Okay, cool. So here's the the fees for like whatever. Just send me your thing." And I'm like, "Dude, I can't write anything. No, I can't do it." And he's like, and he's like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll write something for you." And I don't know who I was talking to, and they're like, "Well, you write Force Folk every week," and I'm like. Yeah, but I'm like, I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. And like, but then I was like, you know what? What if I like? And I took so long in between because I was doing Marvel stuff, and I basically didn't send him anything for a long time. I said, over Christmas break, I think it was, I basically ended up doing a quick little. I woke up in one of the mornings. I woke up and I had this idea, and I basically kind of quickly jotted it down and then sent him a quick draft of that. And he goes, "This is great."
Nice.
So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I wrote it too. So it was kind of cool how it kind of came out like that.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So I wrote it, and it's just a quick little 5-pager. But
cool.
it's a fun little kind of mini story that I got to kind of play around with in that universe, and it was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, those are always fun. I did one for Dave P.
Yeah, you did.
He's adorable.
What?
You cut out again. You started talking with Dave Pete or something, and then you shut down.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It's no more. I'm not going to talk anymore.
Start again. Tell us again. I want to know.
No, I was just saying that's fun to do because I did a 5-pager for Dave Peterson's Mouse Guard.
Mouse Guard. Yeah.
Years ago, and that was a lot of just playing someone else's world, right? The world, it's already built. The rules are set. You know what I mean? And
I had fun with mine. It was just kind of like, because I love Duncan, right? So I basically pitched him a kind of little mini Duncan story.
Oh, nice.
With obviously with Gert and all that kind of stuff, but I just wanted to do. I made sure Duncan was in it, and he's like, "Yeah, man, this is great." So we ended up having some fun. I had some fun with that, and I'm so pumped because he said, "Are you going to color it?" I'm like, "Hells no!" And then we ended up going to. So I get to have Jean coloring it. So basically, the I Hate Fairyland colorist is doing it too. So I got some sample colors back the other day. It's funny because Joel, the editor, sent me back. Hey, here's some examples. Are you okay to proceed? And I was like, "Are you kidding me right now? Of course, of course I'm okay to proceed. These look amazing."
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was really cool. Really cool.
Really cool.
They look great. They look really good.
That's awesome. It's always good to work with.
Oh yeah, team. And you kind of get spoiled because when you just the quality that comes out of of that, like when you have a really good colorist, it really elevates your work to like a different level.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And coloring is.
It's hard. I've pretty much given up on it. What you're seeing me doing right now on my page is like my limit. I've just kind of accepted it. It is what it is, and I've always had so much respect for colorists and people that actually know what they're doing when it comes to this stuff, because like I can do it, but like literally it comes from just like me looking at something and doing color sliders for hours to figure out if it doesn't look terrible. It's not like I do it with a purpose, you know what I mean? So it's just frustrating how long it takes me to color something. So that's why I just kind of, I'm like at the point now where I'm like, if it's going to be well colored, like I've already decided that my next Widaw, when I do it, is not going to be colored by me. I'm going to get somebody else to do it. It's just not worth my time. Like it stresses me out way too much, and I'm not even happy with how it turns out. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get somebody else to kill it, and then do it.
Why not? If it alleviates.
Yeah.
With the product, then why not? Right? Like. It's not unheard of. Our entire industry is based around that concept.
Exactly. So I basically admitted to the fact that like if I have any strength whatsoever, it's like character penciling. It's not coloring. It's not layout. It's not this and that. So I just kind of like stick to what I enjoy doing, especially if it's a passion project, right? Why would I bother like hurting myself with a passion project like Widaw? Like.
Yeah,
just make it, get it done and have it look as good as it can,
I agree.
Yeah. No, it's true.
We can't all color like you, Ramon.
I'm by no means a color.
Yeah.
But
I can color. I can color.
Kookaburra is very colorful.
It is, but it's not complicated color. Like, there's a lot more nuance and stuff in coloring that I've never delved into,
Chef's kiss.
I like doing
Chef's a kiss.
Chef's a kiss.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, poor guy. He's so rough.
Vedder's about to fall asleep right now. You can hear him. I can tell by what he's saying. He wants to go to bed so bad.
Oh, yeah. I need to sleep. Ooh. But
you're only 55 minutes away, pal.
It's for my boy Dax. So
he's like, yeah, we're gonna do shorter ones now, right? Yeah,
I think we should do shorter ones. I know Mom and Dad Head's gonna be like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, I mean, in all fairness, a 1 hour show is still pretty. You can get like, especially if you're kind of catching up on each other's progress and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's all right to do. And considering how busy you guys are, I don't think it would be at the end of the world if you did that.
No, I think the whole idea for 2 hours was originally it was like to draw for 2 hours, so that
because it was to give you guys time to create. I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now we're drawing all the time, so
now it's just like nonstop. So
it's all good, man.
You're hilarious, Vedder. You're like, I'm drawing all the time. I don't need this show anymore.
I'm done with it.
Watch it, Ramon. Internet, cut him off.
Internet, shut this guy down.
Shut him down. Shut them all down.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, I mean, like, you guys are kind of hitting the. I mean, Joe and I did go for a while, but I mean, like, when we were doing Joe GTV, like when we look back on it, we were doing that for like 3 years every Friday for the most part. Wow. We may have missed a few, I don't remember, but like, it's a lot of work. Like you're
100%.
Especially when like we started trying to come up with themes, and we had like this really cool thing for a while. Like I think everything hits like its stride, right? And when we were in our stride of Joe GTV, it was like we were having drinks of the night. It was around the time like where like Epic Meal Time was like big, so like Joe was really into that, and we were like, because we were drinking all the time when we were drawing anyway, and so we started doing like fancy drinks of the night, and it started off as like, oh, we're gonna have a rum and coke tonight, and we'd show the booze we're having. But then it turned into like there was like 2 or 3 weeks in a row where we were doing like what was it, like cinnamon toast crunch eggnogs and stuff. So it was like literally we were getting cereal and putting it in the drink and like trying to be all like, it was just, and of course the thing where the drink was either gross or really good, but it was like it was we were having fun with it, right? It was a kind of a themed thing. But we realized real quick, like, if you're having a rough week, you have a lot of work, this and that, like it takes effort to put time into that. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of. Yeah. So.
Totally. Oh yeah, Mama did it.
What's that?
I know. We're just talking. We're talking.
Just spitballing ideas. Just spitballing over here, Mama Deadhead. Don't you worry.
Just spitballing ideas.
Don't listen to me.
Don't you worry, Mama Deadhead. Don't you worry. I want to say a special thanks to Mama Deadhead because I know she's a big Ramón Pérez fan, a big Makeshift Mondays fan. But she did do I believe a tweet the other or something. There was some kind of post she made about my campaign and stuff like that. I was really grateful. Or I think you even showed up for the first stream we did for the show, and so I appreciate that. I know Force Folk may not be your bag, but it just proves that you're part of the raid crew. So I appreciate it.
The family out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Eric didn't show up for that, but that's fine. I mean,
I got things to do, bro.
I know in spirit he did, but I mean, he didn't show up for it. Whatever.
I did this print for your first campaign. It's all.
Yeah, where's your print for this one, pal?
I didn't get asked to do one. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I just kind of assumed people that did the first print would just do one for this one.
Nah, you didn't ask. I was like, oh, he doesn't want my stuff.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay.
Truth comes out now. The truth comes out.
That was a great print, though. That was a great print. I loved your Whitney print. I liked how you did like what did you put on her shirt?
All the names.
Her name it was like Whitney or something on her shirt.
No, it was all the main characters.
Oh,
guys. At least in that
Thomas and
what I saw.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. It was cool. I thought your print was very good.
Thanks, buddy. I really enjoyed doing it. She's such a cool character. So
yeah. Well, the funny thing is like. It was awesome that you picked her because like I've literally only drawn her in like 5 strips the entire comic, but like you're like she's a cool character. I like her.
And so many characters you could bring back.
I know. I need to start getting into it. The problem is I'm in complete transparency. It's like I wanted to bring girls into because I'm like even my mom was saying, where are the girls in your strip? Because all of them are guy characters, right? Yeah, I was like, you're right. You know what? So one time I bring in these girls, and then like I'm just like. Okay, now what do I do with
I'm going to give you another amazing idea because I'm full
of...
Oh,
jeez.
Here we go.
It's going to cut out right here.
Although, okay, again, full transparency, this noir strip series that I'm doing right now in Forest Folk 100% was born from a dinner bar conversation with Ramon. I think it was the last night we were in Vancouver.
Yep.
We were having nice drinks with Joseph, I believe. And what was the other gentleman's name? He's an amazing artist.
Oh, and
the teacher. He's a teacher. He's the teacher there, and we all went to the hot pot place.
Yeah. That.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name.
Blanking right now. Yeah, but
he's a brilliant artist. And we were just talking, and I was talking to Ramon about the fact that, like, you know, all the coloring and stuff. Like, I would love to do black and white, but because of Forest Folk being a color strip, I can't. And he goes, "Why don't you do noir?" And I'm like, and then he just started talking about ideas about like very quick, like it was like one-liners, and we started just having, you know, like very rarely nowadays do I get to have those conversations that inspire me. And I was actually writing stuff down. It was like the whole gag that I did like 2 strips ago about Thomas not speaking, like he was being interrogated and not saying a word, was based on you saying the kid's not speaking. And so that's brilliant because he doesn't speak.
Yeah.
So, like, I wrote all this stuff down, and it actually inspired this whole kind of like
that's what I love about this kind of stuff
that I'm doing right now.
That's what I love about just talking about that stuff, right? Because you know, like, you're sometimes so deep in your own stuff, you don't realize what's other.
You don't realize your internet doesn't work. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Fuck it up again. but
it's just chirping you at this point, man. It's all good.
For fuck's sake. I was gonna say, you could say like Philbert downloads the new app called Timber, where he swipes left or right where the tree falls. And he starts going on dates with all these lovely foxy ladies, and
yeah, and then I get canceled. I wrote it though. I wrote that, by the way.
That's more in tune with your writing.
He's a writer.
I'm a writer. I don't know if you know this, but I write for folks. So, but yeah, no, I mean, this is, I agree with you, Ramon. It's really cool to have those kind of, you know, sit down powwow, like.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Because, like, I wouldn't have even thought to. I got really excited when I went home and did that, and it was like, now I'm in the midst of it, and I don't even know where to go. I'm literally making up week by week, and it's just, it's the first time where I'm kind of like, this actually kind of has to go somewhere, so I should probably write this out, but I'm still not doing that because it'll be Friday before I know it. I'm like, I got to do another comic.
Well, if you ever want to get on the online and spitball, you know, we'd be doing these kind of like impromptu writing sessions here at the studio.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys have it.
Yeah. Happy to kind of, you know, have you at the table there. Maybe we could throw some ideas at you that, even if you don't use them, they kind of create your own ideas.
It's so true. Yeah, I totally should do that. Yeah. Faux show.
Faux show indeed. Come on.
Faux show.
So many things, so little time. What's the quirkiest animal that you know what? You should introduce like some wacky ass animal into your strip. Some weirdo animal. Just wondering.
Well, I mean, I remember like the alpaca. Andy the alpaca showed up for like one strip as well, and it was like, I remember it's just like one week I was like, I want to draw alpacas. You know what I mean? Like, so I like, yeah, like there's always times where I'll be like,
how come there are no lizards? No nice snake in your
That's
comic?
true. Like yeah, like there's 100%. There could be a snake, and there could be like, yeah, I do find you're right. Like I do. The problem is I have a bunch of characters that I've ignored anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like I feel like I deserve to. I owe them to go back and do more Bucky stuff, or even Ronnie the Raccoon was in like the very beginning, back like when.
Oh, he was one of the watercolor.
Yeah, he's back in the watercolor phase. Yeah, and I never did more than that one strip, and it's a great. Like he's like he's the janitor of the forest. Like he's literally in a janitor outfit, right? He just eats the garbage and stuff, and it's like.
You know what would be cool with him, actually, is seeing him in your new style of Forest Folk.
Yeah.
Because he was drawn in the first, maybe 10 strips.
Yeah, he was early on.
And your style has evolved so much in how you draw these characters, you know, especially Filbert, if you look at him, has evolved so much.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see how you would tackle an updated version of Ronnie the Raccoon.
That's true.
You know,
he'd probably honestly look exactly the same. I appreciate your praise there, but he'd probably look exactly. He would just be colored differently. That's all.
No one listens to me anymore. It's okay. It's a crazy old coot.
You know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But yeah, no, I definitely want it. Like it's just weird because it's such a seat of the pants kind of thing with this Forest Folk that like. I just kind of end up going with what's I've been doing for so long that I forget to go, oh yeah, I've got to go back. I've been saying for months, I should just make a list that literally sits by my desk that says girl comic, like do the girls, like Whitney, Carly, and them, and then you know, all these characters. Like I remember I did like a one strip of like, what was his name? Was it Ronnie the Rat?
Oh no, the little rat had no name.
He had no name, the rat?
No.
So basically, yeah, like I did like he could be in there, and you're right, like there could be all kinds of characters that I've like, you know, but I just never give time to.
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually don't have like a little black book of ideas.
I know.
I know Rob and I used to keep that for the squash when we did that comic.
Well, that's why you guys were successful. I mean, it is what it is.
You mentioned that, Reese. Reese mentioned? So, what animals would Ramon and Eric be if they appeared in your strip? Because you should. What animals would we be?
I don't know. That's a good call.
I think Rob should be a badger.
The honey badger?
Honey badger.
He doesn't give a shit or whatever it is.
Honey badger doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. We know Eric's going to be the worm.
The worm?
Earthworm Eric.
I thought I was gonna be like,
no, you know what? I think I'd have to go with a beard, and he'd probably be like a bearded dragon, like a lizard, the bearded lizard dragon, whatever it's called.
Oh, that's dragon. Man. You know I love dragon.
Yeah, there you go, bearded dragon. But he has a complex. I'm writing this down. So the bearded dragon is literally like a little salamander thing, right? Like it's not big, but he's got this complex of wanting to be a big dragon, like, you know, like wanting to be like this big, powerful beast. Oh, I'm writing this down right now. Okay.
I like that. I like it. That's perfect, Dax. Thank you.
Bearded dragon. Wants to be a real dragon someday.
I know Ramon wanted me to be a worm for his own pleasure. For his own pleasure.
For my own pleasure.
For his own pleasure. You heard it here, folks. Bearded dragon.
But what would Ramon be? What can Ramon be like?
I feel like he's Pepe Le Pew. Like he's a, you know what I mean? Like
a skunk.
Yeah, he's the skunk who doesn't think he don't stink, man. He smells good all the time. He's like,
you know what? He just works all the fucking time.
Feel free to introduce me when you bring back the lady wolf and dog. There, I'll be the skunk dog.
No, I'm always trying to impress Whitney because she's my favorite.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Doesn't Eric have to like? Doesn't the name have to be an alliteration to the animal? So you can't. Have Eric the lizard.
But just because you're inspired, the character doesn't mean your name is actually in the book.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like Eric is like, if you'll notice, all my characters are not named Don or Eric or Kevin. You know what I mean? Like it's like,
are these the names of your friends, Don, Eric, and Kevin?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they're not. I try not. Well, I guess Thomas is but I mean, yeah. Okay, so sorry, my theory's falling apart. However,
it's okay.
It'll be a character based on you, but it won't be called Eric the bearded dragon. It'll be, I guess it would be a B name, or a D name.
D name or a B name.
And Ramon, yes,
Doug the dragon.
Doug the dragon. There you go.
Oh fuck.
All right, so there it is. I got to work it in somehow. Someday a bearded dragon or a skunk will show up, and it's based on you guys. There you go.
They're hanging out together. Oh, there's this big stretch for Eric.
You could do like a version of Makeshift Monday in your comic strip, and we're the hosts for it. Hey, welcome, Gilbert. How's your career going as a stand-up comic? Well, it's been.
That's true. You guys are like doing a forest like talk show, and you guys are the big stars coming to the forest. Gilbert's dying to get on the show.
Hey, Reese has got to go, and Derek the dragon.
Derek the dragon.
Derek the dragon. That's great.
Love
Reese.
it.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh man,
that's good shit.
That's awesome.
Good shit. We're basically doing Forest Folk now. Like without us, it's not going.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not going anywhere. Yeah.
We kind of just saved Forest Folk, pretty much.
You did, pretty much. Yeah,
we just saved it.
It was on the
it's
precipice.
On its last legs. Yeah, it's done. It's like you're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I love it.
Man. Oh man, look at my life. What happened to the stupid Raptors? Come on, boys. What the hell?
How are they doing right now?
Terrible.
Are they playing
getting ruined?
Garbage town.
I mean, in all fairness, it didn't look great.
Nope.
Like yesterday, and then and then he'd lose three guys.
Can't lose Barnes. That's awful.
Yeah, and that one guy is COVID apparently. The other guy. So. Awful. Not good. Not ideal.
I mean, I think we'll take one in Toronto for sure. I don't know if we'll take two. But
I mean, I feel like unless things smarten up, I feel like the problem is too, Philly's
Good.
with what Embiid. I mean, he gets every call in the world, and he just throws people around and gets
The
every.
horseshit calls they didn't get.
Oh, it's so gross.
I can't even I just sound like a broken record to anyone listening. Like I'm the most annoying person to watch the playoffs with because all I do is complain. And when the Leafs go to the playoffs, oh man, don't be around me. I'm just irritating.
Yeah, you're gonna be a nightmare a week and a half.
I just wah. Anyway, whatever.
But I mean, yeah, just between that and then I didn't realize they had Harden as well. Like I haven't watched any of the season, but
they traded Harden out from. We like Brooklyn too, Annette and I, but then they got rid of Harden. We're like, damn! But I love Steve Nash. But excuse me. Anyway,
yeah, cool story. But anyway, so
yeah, I got
a lot of them. But no, yeah. Either way, Toronto sports is going to be a nail biter this year for sure.
Oh man.
I think I'm going to leave this for. I don't think I can write his saying right now, to be honest.
No, you can't write and do a talk show at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to write up his little word. We'll leave it at that drawing there, and then we'll go into another one here.
Do another character. Do Bucky the Beaver.
Yeah, you need to do Bucky. No, I still need to do Stripes here. Stripes is part of the original bio. He has to be done.
All right, fine. Stripes.
I love Stripes is my guy, though.
You should have a lemur show up. And actually have a lemur, and they bully Stripes. Like, what are you, some sort of poser? So,
he's like, listen, it wasn't my fault. The guy painted my tail. I didn't want this. I didn't ask for this.
Exactly. It's like lemur appropriation.
He's talking about.
Listen, if you actually read the story, Eric,
I read every single comic strip to do your poster last year. So
he just scanned it looking for a girl. He's like, oh, there you go. There's a nice girl fox or
100%. I believe he even called her a fox. He said, "Oh, this girl fox is really great." I'm like, "It's not a girl fox.
It's a wolf. It's a wolf."
Eric, that's the name of your bar, right?
For a wolf. What's that?
It's the name of Eric's bar, the Pink Wolf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Can't wait to go to the Pink Wolf where all the walls are pink in the bar. Oh, Eric's dying. Look at you there.
Huh? Oh.
You're like Rip Van Winkle over here.
What's going on?
You guys ready for bed?
Oh yeah, I'll be around. I'll be fine. I'll make it.
You'll make it?
This guy will make it.
He'll make it.
I'm working on my crazy super painting. So.
Super painting.
What do you got there? Okay.
What are some cool things we could do? We could do like a cool raid people art show this year. We've showcased everybody else but ourselves in the raid gallery. Actually,
he showcased me.
Dax has his own show actually, which we'll be doing. We'll be doing one I think to coincide with TCAF or Fan Expo. I think as well. Yeah, to promote when your book is out.
Oh, okay.
Volume 2.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Well, my hope is a big Arden gallery one day with all these prints and stuff. I gotta.
Maybe if you're lucky.
It's a broken record now, so
if you're lucky, we'll let you do it.
I'll figure it out. Everyone, make it special. I'll try.
One of the guys in the studio, Aaron, had a great idea to do an augmented reality show, which I think would be bonkers. Like, could you imagine if you had a piece of like art with like say forest folk, and then you scanned it, and all the characters just walked out of it and roaming around and stuff? I think that'd be just amazing.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah, it sounds impressive. What you're saying,
down with it, but I have no idea how we do that. But that sounds cool.
Oh, this is what I wish you guys were able to stop by more, because we have a couple guys in the studio here that are doing some amazing shit right now with augmented reality. We have Damien and Dorland who are doing a cartoon. Like, literally building a cartoon, and it looks phenomenal here.
You mentioned that, I think, at the fire there at the cottage.
Yeah, it's just crazy what they're doing. Like, I'm like beyond impressed.
That's really cool.
What the people are doing here at the studio these days. It's just so inspiring and just so diverse, and the kinds of like technology and stories and all this kind of stuff. It's just amazing. And the cool thing is that everybody just is willing to like share and help each other and just learn. You know, I mean, it's just yeah, I don't know. So cool. So proud to be a part of this group, man.
Totally.
Man, for sure.
Yeah, I know Joe's. He's gonna make it out to a retreat. He might make the next one.
Oh, we were thinking actually in a few weeks when the weather's a little bit nicer. I don't know what the possibility would be because I know you guys are a little bit farther out, but we were thinking of having a barbecue, just to kind of because there's a lot of new faces here, right? So it'd be a great way to kind of have everybody
Totally.
meet, basically, because
Yeah,
a lot of new people came in during quarantine, and while a lot of people know each other, not everybody's around, basically. So
Yeah, and then we got to do a big London hang with everybody. I'll get Derek to come out and hang with you guys.
Yeah. No, that'd
Have
be great too.
get a little raid retreat London.
Sounds good.
You got to come get your Cintiq.
I know I do. I gotta come pick that up and purchase that from you. It will probably be happening after the it'll definitely be happening after the Kickstarter finishes.
Yep, no problem, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited to come hang out for sure.
Yeah, dude, we'll have a good time here. I'll get a fire.
So Dax, do you use the Cintiq now?
I'm using. I've been using a 12-inch for years.
Oh, okay.
So I'm upgrading. Eric is getting rid of his 22 or whatever.
I don't use it. I got one from work here. I use so.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get into that, which I'm excited for because it's like I've been wanting to upgrade for like years and years and years, but just putting it off. So he said, "Listen, I'm getting rid of this one." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, sounds good."
Yeah, I want to get myself a new iPad.
I like mine. I really like my iPad. I got it last year.
Yeah, but I mean, I have a first gen.
Oh, so shit, dude! Yeah, get a new
one. Especially like for travel and stuff, they're amazing for
that. I'm now like I can't be without it. I didn't, like sometimes you get stuff you're like, am I going to use it or not? Like I had the Wacom.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that one called? The combo one, but never used it that much. And I tried to kind of force it into into my drawing routines and stuff. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work. But this iPad is the bomb.
Yeah, no, I love the iPad. And I know if I had the newer one where the pencil was more actively charged all the time, and just the responsiveness is better on the newer one and all this stuff, I would definitely utilize it way more than I like. Right now, I use it, but not a lot. But I would definitely work it into my workflow for sure. I think it'll be a this year purchase sometime, maybe in the fall.
You've earned it, Ramon.
I've earned it. I get myself a little present.
Ramon, he's earned it, Ramon.
That's right. No, sir. No.
I'm having this is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this. I got all those illustrations done for Sheldon, so nice to kind of take a break and do this other stuff that I've been wanting to get to.
Nice.
That's looking good, dude.
Looks good, man.
It's got a little Makoto over here. Not Makoto, sorry. The Wolfborn over here. And then working on the Archer.
Oh, so it's not... I thought Makoto's no longer the Wolf.
No. It's not actually them. So, again, this is all be revealed. But it's not actually them.
You're like, I've said too much.
No, I haven't. It's all good. But... we're working on things. That's all I say. Nice. That's all I say. I'm working on it.
That's all you say. We're working on it.
One of these days, there'll be something. So.
Get that shit out there. Get people watching.
I really want to start playing with heavier blacks and little looser styles.
Yeah, you totally should. I still think the way you spotted the blacks in the first one is just phenomenal.
No, I enjoy doing that, actually. But it's so amateur as far as like character on model and all this other junk, but I think
whatever
but the approach was something that I'd like to definitely return to, something like that. So we'll see what happens. So man,
don't sell yourself short. Eric's like counting the minutes.
Whenever he says, "Oh man," it's yeah.
Just trying to stay awake. I'm trying to stay.
He's like that's when he starts going. Like when you're hanging out, he's like, "Yeah, so Ramon, you look pretty tired there. Hey, I think we should wrap it up. Ramon's pretty
Looks like Ramon's calling it.
I'm glad we picked like this is the night I'm here. Is the night that Eric is falling asleep. And
I'm not falling asleep. I'm here, brother. I'm here. Would you ever go to like New York Comic Con? I've been. I actually never tabled at New York Comic Con.
I went once, but it was for Shifty Look stuff. It was for Bravo Man and back in the day. So it wasn't tabling. I was just kind of doing events and stuff like that. So that was pretty crazy.
What was that one? We did one there. What was that called? It was like kind of like an indie show in New York.
Mocha.
Yeah, I like that. That was kind of neat. That was pretty cool.
You came?
What that? Oh, we're losing him.
What?
The internet's tired.
Internet shut him down.
They said oh. Probably could have been Mocha. Could have been New York Comic Con.
I've been to the New York Comic Con. I haven't like tabled there, but we did Mocha for sure.
Did we table?
We all drove down with Scotty.
That was the time I didn't actually do the con. I just kind of hung out with Joe in New York. I remember because that was when we hung out with Mike and Bree and stuff like that.
Okay, I like the show. It's just over the past several years, I'm like, I don't make any money at it, so I just gotta like go there for fun and not try to make money at New York.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? Like you go to, it's always tricky. It's like you want to go and make money, but then you also want to see all your professional friends and spend time with them, and because that's the only time you see them, you know.
Yeah.
And the show becomes less about like making the dollar, and it's more about like, when are we gonna go for dinner and talk about stuff and have a good time, and you know, exactly. Like it's so good just connecting with everybody.
Yeah, and that's how I used to do New York, and I loved it much more when I did it that way. So I think I'd like to return. If I go back to it, that's how I'd like to come back to it.
Yeah. We got some big fan expo plans. You got to come up to fan expo, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, that's true. No, I think I'm looking at cons very differently these days, and I'm excited. I'm more excited about cons than I have been in a while. So, because they're very draining, they're fun, and like I love seeing everybody, but they are a lot of work, and I feel like
Chicken tonight.
Stagnated a bit. What? Chicken tonight? What?
Chicken tonight.
Don't worry about it. I know what you're doing.
But, well, we also, we have some cool ideas about like how we want to start setting up our booth and stuff too, right? Our tables more.
Yeah, no, totally.
That's some of the stuff I enjoy, like getting prepped for that, and then. The con is a grind. It's not easy. It's tiring, but like when you're set up with the cool stuff and you got your friends there, like you get through it, right? And it's super fun, but it is a grind. Absolutely.
So you don't do as many shows as we do. What would be your next show, Eric? Would that be Fan Expo or TCAF?
It's only because I don't have anything that's new, right? Other than the anthologies, and that's for sure. That's enough of a reason to go for sure. But I'd rather give my space to somebody like Dax or Sheldon. And for Sheldon's, I would go if he wanted to go because I have art in the book and stuff, right? And I don't know if we're gonna have it ready by then or whatever. But like,
it definitely will be.
But like Fan Expo for sure. I don't know, man. It comes down to time off, like. It's my wife's 40th this year, so I'm definitely I'm trying to take her out somewhere. Like we're gonna go East Coast for a couple of weeks, so it comes down to like because I have a job, I can only have so much time off and whatnot, and also money. So, and with not having a lot of new product or stuff to kind of talk about, other than the anthologies, it's like I'm not sure. For sure, the Fan Expo. I would love to do Chicago. I love Chicago. Go Bears! But yeah. Oh, there you go, Mom. I'll save up all my money to come directly to the studio in Canada and just stand outside because I'm too nervous to say hi.
That's ridiculous. If you came anywhere near us and didn't say hi, I would be furious.
Yeah, exactly.
And these Raptors down 19. They're not going to do it. Not this. I mean, they better win the 2 in Toronto. That's all I got to say. Or this is over.
Listen, if they're doing this bad now, it's not like a change of venue is going to change it, bud. I hate to tell you.
The crowd can help.
No, it can't help that. How many are they down? How many points are they down?
19.
Yeah, it doesn't help. You know it. I know it. But
I know. I'm trying to stay positive.
If 2 games that low, I mean, I'm not saying they can't do it. I mean, come on, let's just be real.
Well, the Leafs are in a good position this year, and I'm really excited about them. So we'll see how that goes.
Listen, I have plenty of Leaf fan friends, and I'm just saying at this point, I'm kind of like, until they do it.
This is real talk with Dax Gordine.
until they do it.
He's just like crushing anything that I'm excited about.
No. It's called being realistic. It's called
until I see Arden, don't bother.
Arden, it's not going to happen. No, of course.
Arden might be out before the Leafs win a playoffs.
That's probably accurate.
No. They're gonna get past the first round this year for sure.
I hope they do. Believe me.
They will. My boys, they'll do it.
I really hope they do because I feel like you can tell with all the effort in the regular season, the Leafs, it's just like they deserve to get through, but it's just they just always. Hopefully this year, I agree with you, Vedder. I've been watching, and they look like a much better team.
It's just a shit show nonsense. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to get into it because I get too emotional.
Because
it's only sports ball.
Sports ball. So it's a net.
Oh. Yeah, it's her 40th birthday. Yeah, absolutely. And
July or June?
July 4th.
July 4th. Oh, yeah, nice.
So
that's Cancer? No.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
You didn't do it. What?
Is everyone using Clip Studio Paint? I am. Yes, I
am.
I laid it all out in Photoshop. I laid it all out in Photoshop quickly, and then I wanted a different brush and the feel of Clip for this to start developing this. So.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm using Clip as well.
I changed to Clip years ago. I think it was when I was doing Plants vs. Zombie stuff. So that was 5-6 years ago. I switched, and haven't looked back. And I think it was just because I remember seeing the brushes, and I was like, oh, that has a really nice ink brush or something, and I changed over and have loved it ever since. No,
the brushes Photoshop has good brushes too.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But for the ink line, Clip is made for comics, basically.
Yeah.
So, people do amazing color work with it as well, painting work as well. So, but I just love the interface and the tool setup way better than Photoshop. Though I still use Photoshop for coloring a lot.
I use Photoshop a lot.
I do like the coloring interface better on Photoshop.
Yeah, I abandoned both Photoshop years ago, but I would probably say that overall the coloring is better in Photoshop for sure. I just kind of once I went one way, I just stopped with everything else.
Yeah.
I'm not the most tech savvy guy in the world. I'm sure Eric isn't either. Eric understands that plight, but so once I kind of go one way, it's pretty much a jam.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're great programs.
The point is you can do everything I need to do with coloring can be done in Clip.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I will say I do really like the lasso feature or the fill. Basic. I'm sure you can probably do it in Photoshop too, but just the basic smart fill of Clip, where if you just if something's already filled in and then you select around that, it'll fill the stuff that's not that color. You know what I mean? You don't have to evenly select the mustache inside of the beard. It'll automatically know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? As long as there's other color around it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was I remember being blown away by that when I first saw it. That's a really cool story, Dax.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. Is that
riveting?
Folks?
Riveting information.
Horse folk story, right?
Yeah.
You should have an art school in Photoshop.
I should have a Photoshop art school where all I do is say how I can't use it and talk about Clip.
Sounds exciting.
Who's your artist in the story?
What?
Who's your artist in the story in Forest Folk?
Thomas.
That's right.
Are you trying to be smart with me and I just destroyed you?
Yeah, the sketching elf. I just blanked. I keep forgetting that Thomas is in it because like I just saw so much Filbert, but he's totally in it all the time.
Yeah. Well, Filbert. In all fairness, it was originally like meant to be like their kind of like their story together, but because he doesn't talk, Filbert kind of hijacked it with just his personality, so it just naturally became this thing where it's more about Filbert than Thomas.
Clearly, we need a story where Thomas goes to find his people. Like, where are the other elves?
There's no other elves.
Where is the Elvish kingdom?
I know. There's that's not like, as far as I know, that's not a thing. Like, I haven't written that yet. I haven't written that yet.
Like you don't know. That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? It's so wide open. I could do whatever the heck I wanted with it, really. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah. Then that might be my paralysis right there. Like, I talk this big game of like, oh, I just create it as I go. But now that I've kind of gotten to this point, I'm afraid to really commit to something like that, right? Like, is there a whole other set of?
It is
there's something about the whimsy of the fact that it is what it is on the page. And the second I do something like that, it's like, well, wow, okay, now I'm committing to the fact that he's, there's more of them, and there's, this whole world, and then that becomes story, and then I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I write this thing though.
It is hard, like, because whimsy could take you for so long.
Oh, well, we'll see if it does or not. But yeah, so far it's doing okay.
I mean, it worked for Garfield for how many decades?
Fair.
It's like, just keep it light, keep it easy.
That's for volume 17, Ramon.
Volume 17.
Garfield is what? Volume 17?
No, I think you meant Forest Folk.
Oh. Yeah. If I'm doing Forest Folk Volume 17.
But Garfield, I watched an interview with Jim Davis, and like, he's got an empire. He like has people who draw Garfield for him now. Like, he still works on it here and there, but he's got a whole team of Garfield artists, basically. It's just crazy.
That's like the first character I learned how to draw.
Same.
It's Garfield. That's funny.
Well, same with me. Like, I love that guy. I mean, I still love Garfield.
I honestly haven't seen Garfield in a long time, like since I was a kid.
Oh, I mean, I don't read it. Yeah, I have no idea where to. Do you ever see that one though, where I think it was a guy in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, where he took all the Garfield strips and removed Garfield, so it looked like John was a crazy person, just talking to himself all the. Sorry, he didn't remove Garfield. He just removed Garfield's word balloons, and so basically John just looked like a crazy person talking to himself half the time.
That's actually pretty cool.
And then, from my understanding, Jim Davis actually loved it so much he actually published them.
That's great.
Which says a lot.
There it is, right there. Garfield minus Garfield.
Yeah.
I love the name.
Oh, so he actually got rid of Garfield altogether. Okay, I thought he just got rid of Garfield's dialogue.
Amazing.
Garfield minus Garfield. John's so sad.
It's kind of dark.
Yeah. I've been thinking about things. Oh, man.
Dave Sapienza. Oh, who's that guy? I mean, he used to go to the raid retreats with us, I think, didn't he?
He's a guy. He's just seeing a girl
This
now.
guy's
he's got a girlfriend.
World traveler.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have logged on and said anything.
What's up, Gabe? How you doing, bud?
How you doing, Gabriella?
Gabriello.
He's like, glad to hear that you made it back safe and sound from the Barbados or wherever you were.
I know where he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't north of us.
Oh, Gabe. He's just like, you.
Oh, you.
See ya.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Gotta go back to Barbados. Oh, man. Where's everyone at on their
It
drawing?
would be nice to go to Barbados right now. Fucking started snowing. Was it snowing over by you guys today?
Oh,
yeah.
I just drove 2.5 hours through a snowstorm from St. Catharines. So.
Oh my god! I looked outside. And I was like, what?
Yeah, not ideal. I'm really hoping that's the end of the end of it for the year, but
Yeah, I was
It's
like, what
gotta
the fuck,
be.
Mother Earth? What the fuck?
Sheldon just texted something about a 29-degree swing coming up.
29-degree swing.
That's Canada for you. Sweet. It's maybe like 26 degrees by Thursday or something crazy.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, 22 on Sunday, it says.
That's
And it's
crazy.
0
no,
degrees.
really?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
next Sunday, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, such crappy weather, man. Anyway, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you live in a
What are you
shoe?
gonna do?
So bizarre. So bizarre.
So bizarre.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, usually in the past, this would be the week we'd be going to the retreat as well, right? So.
Oh, man, I just love it. Chopping the wood, making fires. Oh, man, just
We're gonna live stream that next time. Get the all thirsty viewers watching you chop wood. You know, that'll be our live stories on it.
I don't think anyone wants to see that, Ramon.
Well,
I don't know.
You know,
I had my shirt off at one point. No, nothing
There you go, Betty.
I was about to say that to peel back the onion and tell people about the raid lifestyle. I mean, like I show up on Wednesday. Ramon had gone back to the studio to do stuff. Like literally drove 3 hours one way to do some work, and then I show up and Eric and Rob are shirtless out by the fire pit.
Yeah,
just basking because there was a bit of sun at that point, and it was
there's
just
no wind, so it's beautiful out there.
Yeah, it was nice, but it was like, all right, cool. This is what we're doing. Cool. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's quite a show. Quite a show. Yeah. Well, what do we got here? We got 12.
There it is.
13 minutes. Okay. We'll go to 12. We'll go 2 hours. I'm in.
You're into that? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired as well, but I mean,
here we go.
The show has to go on. I mean, it
Always
is what
bailing.
it is. How am I gonna bail? I can't bail.
Can't bail. You barely showed up.
I'm on the show. I mean, I barely showed up. I've been here the whole time.
No, I mean like you were late and stuff, but like we forgave you.
What do you mean late? You guys always do like a 20-minute intro. I was here 5 minutes
You know
after.
what I'm saying, Dax? I'm delirious. Okay.
Yeah, you don't even know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. I got sunstroke from the fire. So
Listen, this happens on Makeshift Mondays,
man.
man. This happens.
Rob saying anything? No, nothing yet. Okay. Usually he's like, Eric, tell Ramon this.
No. We can just wrap it up. We're about the wrapped up time, so it's getting late.
Well, let's spend some time here looking at the Forest Folk stuff. Maybe talk about the tiers and.
But did we not talk about tiers? We talked.
No, we talked about that earlier. I mean, we skimmed on it, but I think I don't know. We could do more if you'd like, but I don't know.
No,
did that earlier.
Hey, why don't we just put the link up for people to look at and make sure the link is in the description and they can go check it out. But the Force Folk Volume 2 Bands and Shenanigans is up right now, and there's some wicked tiers there. Get yourself a band T-shirt. It's probably the best shirt you'll ever own. And
is that why you called it Bands and Shenanigans, or is that inspired the band T-shirt?
Well, when we were discussing during one of the early meetings, there was I don't know how it came up, but there's in this, I don't do very long story arcs in the Forest Folk thing. So, but there was definitely, I think either Ramon or Rob brought up the fact that there's the bands. There's like 5 or 6 of the Phil were making a band in this one. He also starts as basically a stand-up career in this one, where every now and again he does stand-up jokes. There's the girls show up in this one, and there's just a whole bunch of things. But for some reason, like as soon as we had to talk, the band thing kind of came out because it was like, oh, well, we could do kind of like, band merch and like bands, of his like, a fan base thing and do like whatever. And literally Rob did like 3 different versions of a subtitle, and one said bands and one said shenanigans, and I took the 2 of those and kind of went, put them together.
Nice.
And so that's where and then we just kind of leaned into the bands and shenanigans. So it's literally 6 comic strips of Filbert making a band and doing that, and just
lots of shenanigans.
Lots of I mean, that, like, yeah, in general, like the whole series is that. So yeah.
And Ramon, yours is scheduled for when?
We are looking at mid-May. I don't have an exact date yet because we might take a bit of a breather between Forest Folk and Kookaburra because originally we're going to overlap, but it's just a lot of work.
You need to take breaks, my friend.
Yeah, we need to take a break. I mean, we ended up taking a break between Raid 4 and Forest Folk. We took almost 2 weeks, I think. It was like 10 days or something. So we might do the same or push it just a few days more. Because, yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Oh.
So much that his internet broke yet again.
We also want to kind of... again. Okay. I'm out of here.
There we go.
354. There you go. That's not bad.
Oh, what do we got here? Mom and Dad. Oh, yeah. No problem. No problem. We enjoy it.
What did she say? Oh, yeah.
Well, nicely said. Thank you so much.
She's a hardcore, that's for sure. That girl.
That's amazing. No, the support's always appreciated and welcome.
Totally.
And I also don't want to like oversaturate our fans as well because these Kickstarters back to back. What?
You just cut out at the hilarious times.
Perfect.
You're saying something important and then it goes.
I'm just done talking from now on. I'm just gonna go home to bed.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bud.
You guys can end the show yourselves.
We're about to end it right now. Let's shut it down right now. Let's shut it down right now.
Well, let's give a thanks to good old Rob. Little cheers to you boys.
Exactly.
Rob and everyone here that joined us again. Gabe and Sarah and
Reese showed up.
We have on here. We had
Reese, Steph,
everybody.
Steph showed up. Yeah.
Troublemaker, Bowman. Yeah, I appreciate everyone who showed up. Reese, Derek the Dragon, well done.
Derek the Dragon.
But Dax, kick-ass, buddy. I'm proud of you, my friend. Looking forward to Volume 3 as well. And yeah, we got how many days left on this campaign?
We only did it feels like a long time. We've only done a week, so yeah, we've got 2 more weeks to go.
I think it's like 18 days or something.
Yeah, 2 more, just over 2 weeks, I believe, to go. So
that's awesome, buddy.
Lots more to go, and hopefully people get into it and continue to support. I mean, it's already a success, so we're happy with that, and we'd love for more people to see it and read it, and it'll be fun. So yeah, tell all your friends about it, and get on that band T-shirt because it's pretty cool. Get your name on the back of a T-shirt.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Great seeing you guys. Love you all, and see you next week. Right?
Keep making shit. All right.
Thank you, guys. Take care of yourselves. Nice. That's fantastic.